is a strikingly interesting story in the book of Judges chapter 7 with lots of nuggets, and one of which is preparation for battle and how you prepare for victory before you have them. Gideon, the story of Gideon and his army of 32,000 men. And so there was a point where God spoke to Gideon and said that you have too many of these warriors. There's a lot of them. There's 32,000 men. These is a lot of people. And so because I don't want these folks, I don't want the Israelites at the end having won, having been victorious, think that they did this by their own strength, by the number. You know, we often say that there's strength in numbers, right? So when you see that number of people, you would think at the end of a battle and you win the battle that you won the battle yourself, and it's your power, it's your victory, right? So perhaps there's someone listening to me today, and so because you have so much input into what you're doing, you have your risk under control, there's no risk at all. And so if you sit down and even assess the risk of what you're doing, about what you're doing right now, there's really virtually probably no risk, and if there are, you have plans for mitigation, right? So there is no risk built into it, and to that point, to that effect, you are easily able to think that the victory you're going to get from there, the output you're going to get from there, the result you're going to get from there, because you have a polished resume, the job you're going to get, and because you can speak well, all of these inputs are playing well for you, and because you have all of these things in place, it's very easy to think that you got the victory by yourself. It's very easy to think that it's by your strength. And so the Lord spoke to Gideon and said that I don't want these numbers. And here's what we're gonna do. We're going to say to these warriors that whichever one of them is afraid or timid, and they don't think that they're fit for this battle, they need to drop and go back home. And guess what? 22,000 men dropped. Now that's a lesson right there in itself, right? Sometimes we gather lots of things, lots of inputs to things, and we know a lot of people around us, right? That can help us solve, that we think can help us solve a problem. We have lots of connect, right? So, and it's so easy to put our trust in that connect. But at the end of the day, maybe most of those connects are not even the people we need. Maybe they're not even the right people we need. It's great to have great people, right? There's strength in numbers, but there's grace in little when God is involved. Let me say that again. There's strength in numbers, but there's grace in little when God is involved. So the message today is don't put your trust in the numbers, in the strength that you have in yourself. Put your trust in the grace that God is going to put in the little that you have. And you don't have to wait until you have so many warriors before you set out for battles. Maybe some of us are not victorious in life because you're waiting for things to line up before you take the step of faith. But maybe you're waiting for all the warriors to be numbered. You're waiting for 32,000 men. Guess what? Eventually Gideon went to that battle with less than 1% of 32,000. He went to the battle with 300 men. And so the Lord spoke to him to cut the numbers, and he cut the numbers. So the point I'm trying to make to you today is that you don't have to have the numbers. It may sound weird, it may not sound reasonable to you, right? It may not even sound professional to say that you don't need the numbers before you set out for any battle, right? You don't always need the numbers. In the case of Gideon, he didn't have to have all that number because he won that battle with 300 men. Right, so I'm encouraging you today that put your trust in God. Let the grace of God abide in the little things that you do, and let Him blow it up for you. You don't have to have everything it takes. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to have all the input all on your table before you set out. And until next time when I come your way on Moment of Renewal, stay blessed and bye for now.